Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, I want to give my quick summary of the new season because we're 2 days away from it coming out on the global servers, and I have some feedback that I want to provide, and there's some stuff that I really do hope they fix in the next couple days before it comes out on global. Let me know if you guys have any feedback. I'm also going to be relaying the main feedback that I've seen in the comments of my videos as well in this one, because I think it's good to provide as much constructive feedback as we can without cracking the sads too much. So the first thing I want to say is, in general, I think this season absolutely just destroys the Song of Strife season. The general gameplay, the feel of the environment, the trailers, the cutscenes in the game, everything just feels a lot better. And the roster of heroes we've seen so far already looks like just the characters just look way better. That is my general summary. I think this season is like night and day from the previous season in terms of theme, setting, characters, and everything like that. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The fact that you go out on boats, the fact that they improved fishing is actually really, really nice. And I think the season is just incredibly solid in the way that it's done. Now, moving on from that, that's just the caveat. But the issues that I've seen, the biggest one I've seen in the comments is when I did the video going through all the rewards we get from all the events. They've sort of given us a roadmap of events that we're going to have in the first month or so. And basically everything is leaning towards, we get some epic summons from this stuff. And then all the other events is normal banner summons. And the first complaint, and I kind of made this when I made that video, is normal summons, especially for global players, just on my main account, like I have no interest in normal summons. Like everything from that standard banner, I've sort of already built and I'm not really too stressed on. So it's just kind of like one of those things that it's awkward. And I really hope that they adjust this in the future. It could be the case that we're getting shafted as global players because we were the beta testers for Asia launch and they've catered everything to Asia launch, where players maybe still need some normal summons, but I don't know. I would love to see, even if it's at a lower rate of acquisition of the summons, less normal summons and more rate up summons, because rate ups is where it is. Rate ups and stellar crystals for stargazing are the two things that really get you excited for the game. Normal summons don't really get me excited at all. And I think it's that experience that is a big thing. So let me know if you guys agree with that, or if you disagree and you think normal summons are where it's at. I mean, maybe you do. But that is the first one. Normal summons. It is nice that we are getting a bunch of events with these rewards, but it's heavily skewed towards normal summons. We need more rate ups in our lives, essentially. Now, moving on from that, also coming down to rewards, is that and this is, I feel like a broken record, and I don't know if, we're going to get to a happy place with this, but the temporal essence is still a massive issue, and this is probably the biggest one that I saw in the comments of my video looking through all the rewards. Like every video I make, it's just... It's funny. Literally any video I make, talking about something completely just different to this, people are like, yeah, we need more golds. We need more temporal. And that's the only thing I see. Like, I am absolutely riddled with the temporal. We need temporal in the comments. And I definitely think this is one of the biggest issues. And I think putting more of these, I would personally, I'd love to see more temporal essence instead of normal summons in the events. I don't see that as being... It's such a bad take. If it's a bad take, let me know. But we need more resources, more income methods to get the temporal essence. Because the other thing is, when we look at most, basically every 4-faction hero, when you look at getting their big upgrade on their exclusive equipment, the one that's like a different effect, not just the number increase, like Vali, you can see it's level 3, which is plus 10. And basically every 4-faction hero is like that. And it wasn't until we got into Freyesto and Taylene that we actually had our first heroes, which is Celestials and Hypergeans, that require plus 15 to get that added effect. Like Taylene, she needs to get to level 4 to get her revive for the ally. So it's not until we got to this point that we started needing to get to plus 15. But now with Nara over on the Pioneer server, if you saw, Nara still is not here on the test server yet. She does come on global server a day after the season. I don't know what's going on over here. I don't know when we're getting her. I would assume it would be after next reset when there's 7 days left on Lenya, but we'll have to wait and see. But essentially with Nara, they've adjusted it And now she needs plus 15 to get her additional effect, her big effect. And if they're going to be doing that, I definitely think we need more sources of income to get the temporal essence. Because with all these normal summons, we're getting all these heroes and we can get them to Supreme Plus. I mean, and the I'll get onto the arena shop in a minute. But we're getting all these heroes and we just can't do it. Now, the district rankings in bosses were a fantastic thing to get extra to even out the rewards and stuff like that. They also did the the fragments here, but it's still a massive difference when we're looking at this as daily rewards. And I don't know. I think if they just and so here's the thing. I think if they gave a lot more of the temporal essence through events, then the game would become more enjoyable in that you could pull units for the area you wanted to use them. Because at the moment, the game is so heavily skewed in favor of bossing, where bossing is like the only thing that matters. It sucks trying to like I'm thinking about pulling Nara and I'm like, but she's more of a PvP tech unit. Even though she's cool, I kind of need to keep saving for that next boss unit because I need to keep up that temporal essence income. And so if you had more temporal essence in the events, it would lower the impact of the temporal essence that you get from bossing and make bossing less pivotal and the complete focus of the game. If that makes any sense. So basically what I'm saying is give us more temporal essence in events. That would be fantastic. Now, the next thing that I find really frustrating in the update is that we didn't add any characters to the Dream Store or the Arena Store. Yes, we got the Season Emporium that has Elsa and Siren, and it's going to get new other characters from the previous season as we go on. But I feel like adding them into this store, adding something into this store would be really great. And I think when we look at the hero swap function that we got, which also I saw a lot of people having complaints about. See, I didn't have a high expectation for the hero swap, so I wasn't too offended by it when I saw it that it was only characters from the season, because that was what they wrote originally and that was my expectation. But I know a lot of people are upset about this requiring you to swap between characters of the season. Also, something else I have for this is, they made a post saying that, like, you know, 8 levels and S levels, it's just different ways to acquire them. They're meant to be the same power. Why not give us two like, instead of giving us an A level and an S level swap, if they're really the same value of character, why not give us two Omni swaps where we can swap any hero from the season for any hero from the season? Like, or you know what I mean? Like, why have we got an A level and an S level if they're effectively the same? I'm just going to be riding that train that I just don't like A levels to summon on as free to play, but that's a bit of a side tangent. But I think the reason people are getting upset about this is because now I was thinking we were going to get a bunch of heroes in the Arena shop and in the Dream Realm shop, but we didn't get any. So that, combined with the fact that then we go into this and people see that this is only seasonal heroes from there, and then like a bunch of people have, you know, arena tokens that, you know, you're not really using. I think I have about 100,000 arena points on my main account because I just don't really need to build any of these characters. So let me build them and then swap them away in the season for something else, or give me new characters in here to buy. And I think that is like this whole thing where I'm seeing a lot of frustration, is that we've got this obsolete currency, essentially. I know some people are still building some of these characters and stuff like that. But essentially, you've got this currency that we were expecting to get stuff in the arena shop, then we didn't. Then we're like, okay, well, people are like, I'll swap that, I'll use them to swap away, and then I get some value out of it, and then the swap's only internal to the season. So I think that is a big snowball, and there's a bunch of these little things that once we add them together, becomes a big frustration. So I'd like to see either characters added to the Dream Store or Arena Store, or make the swap available to characters from the previous season, so that we have a reason to go ahead and buy them from this store, and then we can swap them away, if that makes some sense. So I don't know, let me know if you guys have any other fixes or ideas. That was just one of the ones that I saw the most in the comments, was people frustrated with Temporal Essence, especially too many normal summons, the hero swap, and then the Arena Store. Just all those things combined make it a little bit frustrating. Now, there's one last thing that I want to mention in this season. I think I've covered everything else. And that is, there is a story quest that you get to where you reach this enemy. And I believe this is a bug that I really hope they can fix. But you reach this enemy, and you just can't do it. Like, I just cannot deal damage to these guys. Like, if you watch my Lily May, watch her when she tries to deal damage. Ready? Like she's doing something. Like she just, I cannot deal damage to these guys. It's insane. Now, if you got a beefed up account, maybe you can get there. I got here below 4 million power, and this enemy was 17 million power. It has been 2 days, and I still cannot get it. Now, maybe if I had a Smokey at Mythic Plus, I'd be able to get my 3rd ult, and I would be able to melt these guys with Smokey. I believe that's the only way I can see anyone doing it, but unfortunately, my Smokey is not Mythic Plus, so I am just completely bricked at this stage. And so I do think it's a bug, because these enemies are so much higher level. When you look at them at 411, you can see I'm at 5.5 now after 2 days of progressing. They're at 17. These guys have like a passive heal where they heal 20% every 5 seconds as well. Like, it's just a brick stage, because when I got here, every other story boss was just like, story battle was just like easy clear. Every enemy in this zone was in the sweepable range, meaning I was so much higher power that I just tap them and they die. And you can see how many people are actually stuck here. Now, if we go over to the map, you can see that this one here, if I click this, there's no timer. So it's been 2 days since I got stuck in this quest. Based on time in the game, I could be into this one. But because I can't get through this stupid stage, I am just absolutely bricked here. Now, like I said, maybe I won't have that problem on Global because I have Mythic Plus Smokey and I can just melt them down. But I just don't see a way to get through it at the moment on my account. And that is something super frustrating. And I do think it is a bug. So that is something else I really hope they fix. So that is my summary of the main issues that I'm seeing in the season. Like I said, overall, I think this season is way better than the Song of Strife season. But these are just some of the issues that I've been seeing. So I wanted to raise them. And hopefully we can see some adjustments made. But in general, I think season is feeling a lot better. And I'm having a ton of fun with it. But anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.